Hi guys, welcome back to La Lucha's Real podcast. I am your host Edith,
And I'm Angel.
and we are back on a beautiful Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Well, Monday for you guys,
Monday.
but we're really cutting it short, y'all.
We're close. We're cutting it real close.
So let's hope that nothing goes wrong and everything can be uploaded by 4 a.m.
Yeah. Pacific Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys. So we actually, the funny part is, actually, you know what? Go listen to our Patreon first. Go to Patreon and listen to the episode, which is going to be uploaded alongside of this one.
Yeah.
But go listen to that one first and then come back and listen to this. Because we actually, so Fridays is normally when we record now. Mm-hmm. And we actually recorded a whole episode, but it was a fucking mess.
It was a shit show.
It was a shit show.
Oh, God.
Like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what we were thinking.
We literally thought we were going to function correctly.
We weren't thinking.
We did not function correctly.
Yeah. It took us over an hour to even try and get through, like, at least 10 minutes of content-worthy episode.
I know. I just remember we got that restarting.
Yeah, and then we were so mad, but we couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I was like, how can someone so mad be laughing this much?
Y'all need to tune in. And maybe get a good laugh.
Yeah, get a good laugh with us. We're hella dumb. So here we are on this beautiful Sunday. It's not even morning anymore. It's afternoon.
Okay, afternoon. We just finished eating some In-N-Out.
Yeah.
That hit the spot.
It did.
Hit the spot. Yesterday, me and Angel did something that I don't know.
We normally don't do.
Yeah, exactly. First of all, we went to
Pahrump.
Y'all probably like, what the fuck is Pahrump? For all my people like listening in other places, but for the people in Vegas, you're probably like, what the fuck were you guys doing in Pahrump?
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't know I was gonna end up there either, but there we were. We watched the fight.
Pahrump is like maybe 45 minutes to an hour depending on how fast you drive. It's like 45 minutes to an hour outside of Vegas, and it's just like a smaller town. Mm-hmm. But it's growing. So guys, for the people who don't know this, I actually used to live in Pahrump I used to live there for like about a year, I want to say.
When it was smaller.
Yeah, when it was way smaller. I was in like kindergarten or preschool when I used to like live in Pahrump, and so going back, like I had gone back a few times, but it's been a while now since I've been there. Mm-hmm. And it was just like going back and I'm like, damn, all the memories
I kept on asking Angel, like, was this here when you were here? Was this here when you were here? He's passing everything. But that was actually pretty cool. We went to go watch the fight.
The Ryan Garcia and what's Haney's name?
Haney?
Yeah, something Haney.
That's Haney.
I
don't know.
We just go with Haney.
And keep in mind, I'm not a fan of boxing. Like, it's not like my primaries. I never watched boxing, actually.
Yeah, I've gone because of Val. Like, I've gone to, like, watch parties and shit because of Val. And that's pretty much what we had yesterday. It was like a watch party. So it was there a bug in here? Oh my God, that was my stomach. There it is. I see it. It's a bug. Damn, my stomach decided to make this weird sound like as soon as it got quiet.
It knew.
It knew.
It's my time to shine, shawty.
So we went to like a watch party, and it was like / carne asada, and we had it like on a projector outside under the starry night, which we don't get to see in Vegas.
Yeah.
We don't get to see the starry
schmog.
Night. Yeah, all the schmog and light pollution and whatnot. But I thought it was cool.
No, it was fun. It was nice getting out of like the city. Mm-hmm. And it's going into like, because it was Val's friend, right?
Yeah.
And they had like fucking chickens and goats, baby goats. And I was like, yeah, it was so cute.
Yeah, they had like a few animals. They had a bunny.
Yeah.
They had the 2 dogs, which those dogs were crazy.
They jumped high.
Yeah, they jumped high. It was nice experience. Yeah. But the fight, oh my God. Like it wasn't towards the end when I kind of started getting more into it.
Yeah,
and
I
think it was because, excuse me, you know how they give you like the point system down in the bottom and they tell you like how the fight's going. And I was like, once it got to that final round and they were fucking like, it was a draw. Yeah. I was like, there's no fucking way, because there was no way it was a draw, because personally, I don't know much about boxing, so I probably sound stupid right now. But, like, personally, I saw Ryan Garcia throw in more hits than Haney.
Yeah. No, me too. Y eso era desde el principio, desde round one, right? Because, guys, this is coming from somebody that knows nothing about boxing. So I was just, oh, sorry, guys, a spectator, just looking at it without no knowledge. But, yeah, personally, it was mostly Garcia throwing in punches.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
And then he falls like 7 times. Yeah. And I'm like, what is happening? I thought it was like, because for me, I know knockout. And I'm like, what's happening? I don't understand this. Why? I thought
how is it that somebody who falls like 4 or 5 times be at the same, like, how is it a draw? Yeah. From someone who falls 4 or 5 times with Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia got in some really good ones. Again, we're spectators here. We don't really know shit. But from what I don't know if we were watching the same thing or how this point system works, because I was like, there's no... And then, honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I do feel like the ref was a little biased here. Yeah. And because there was... How many times did Haney throw illegal shots, like hitting Ryan on the back?
When they hit, like...
In the back,
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't hit the back of the head, I think, or, like, their back.
Okay.
And he kept hitting him on the back and wouldn't say shit, like, at all. And then till Ryan Garcia did something, then all of a sudden, oh, let me break it up. I was like, I don't know. That didn't sit right with me.
Happening. Now, for me, it was like, you could clearly tell the whole fucking fight. It was, Ryan Garcia was pretty much... like winning every round, you know? And to see, like, I don't know, it's like, because it's different judges, right?
Yeah. Like, that it went to decision because it went based off of, like, the judges then. Yeah. So I don't know how the point system worked. That's what I was kind of like, I don't know how this works.
Like, how is that a draw, bro?
Yeah, and then it went to decision based on the judges, and Ryan Garcia won, which I don't know about anybody else, but I thought it was an obvious win.
Yeah. I'm like, I was just like, I was confused. Pero a lo mejor, como dije, I don't know the sport, so I don't know how that point system works, but yeah. Definitely, I feel like Ryan Garcia won the whole thing. Yeah. And at the end, the last round, when he's literally just like fucking doing all these moves and stuff.
He's like dancing, and then he's like with his tongue. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Like, is this boxing? Like, what the fuck is... And then at the end, when they interview him, and then it's like,
he's like, everybody was hating, all the haters. He's like, it's because I'm pretty, or what did he say? Yes. I was
like, because I'm pretty, and I was like, okay. And then they're like, oh, what's with the moves that you did at the end or something? He's like, I don't know, it's my ADHD. Yeah. Me and Angel were hella laughing because we get you.
He's like, nah, I got ADHD, so I just be doing random shit. I was like, me and you start laughing. We're like, dude, I feel you. I felt that in my soul.
But yeah, he was an interesting character.
He was an interesting character.
Especially like when they interviewed him at the end. It was just like,
listening to him talk, I was like, what's going on here?
I know at one point you were like, I don't know if it should be right to interview the fighters right after their match, because they're on this fucking high, you know? Yeah. And then now they're coming down, like crashing down. It's like,
yeah. I feel like if it were me, do you hear that static noise? Is it just my headphones?
No, I don't hear it.
Okay, it's probably just my headphones. Yeah, I was like, if it were me, I would not want to be interviewed right after my fucking match, like, because I'd be like, bro, like, I need to, like, cool down to get my thoughts together. Yeah. I don't know. I totally felt right. I'd probably say some dumbass shit, too. Not even gonna lie.
And then all I could see is fucking Oscar de la Hoya just hella cheesing in, like, on the back. I'm like, bro.
What's going on there? And at one point, I'm like, dude, he has to be on something.
I'm like, your jaw clenching a little too hard.
I'm like, he on something right now.
But yeah, that was interesting seeing the fight. Yeah. As people who don't follow boxing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I definitely don't follow it. So I was definitely there for enjoyment and entertainment and food. Definitely the food.
I was there for the carne asada.
Yeah, but that was interesting. Yeah. Also, Edith, Friday when we were trying attempting to record our episode, you were, which I honestly don't remember half the shit we said. So you need to fill me in on what's going on with Drake and Kendrick Lamar.
Oh my God. Okay. I don't even know if I said anything on Friday's episode. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah, because you were trying to fill me in. Guys, I don't really follow these artists like that. Like, I enjoy, like, some of their music, you know. Yeah. I'm just going to be upfront about this. I've never really been a Drake fan. So it's interesting to hear. I don't follow his career. Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck. I just know he's Champagne Poppy or whatever the fuck.
Champagne Poppy.
Yeah, on wherever on social media. And people constantly talk about him. So, and I heard about his, you know,
dingling.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know anything about him.
So basically, keep in mind, I don't know too much either. Me gusta el chisme, so a veces me encuentro el chisme. So basically, Kendrick and Drake have been, like, kind of throwing shots at each other since, like, years ago. Like, I want to say a decade ago.
So this isn't just, like, a new thing?
No, it's not a new thing. They've been throwing, like, subliminals at each other. Keep in mind, Drake was a big part of when Kendrick was coming out. Not coming out. Like, man. But, like, you know, he was starting his rap career and everything like that.
Wait, what did Drake have to do with Kendrick's career?
He put him in his songs, in his album. When Drake was already, like, blowing. Like,
ya estaba pegando.
Yeah, but because they saw the potential in him, he put him in his songs. Y allí empezó a... That's how I found out about Kendrick, because of Drake. And J. Cole did the same as well. I think he produced... J. Cole, correct me if I'm wrong. He produced Kendrick's first album, which is High Power. So because they had this, like, they knew that he was gonna make it. You know, they wanted to support him and stuff.
Yeah.
Pero
J. Cole
as well.
Okay.
And no sé qué pasó, pero salió con, o sea, en una canción. I guess he kind of dissed Drake and whatever. This is 10 years ago, like. And desde allí, like, no se quedó bien, you know? Drake is like, you know, how are you gonna, like, bite the hand that feeds you type shit? Like, how are you gonna,
like, I helped you.
Yeah. So, then, entonces, nothing's out right. But J. Cole, like, brushed it off. Like, se me hace que hicieron las paces or something like that. And they were cool. But between Drake and Kendrick, it's always been, like, rocky. And in different songs, they've shot, like, shots at each other. But if you don't know it, then
you're not gonna catch it.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch it.
Me.
So let's fast forward, like, fucking 10 years after, right? Which is now. That was, like, a long time ago. So now Kendrick came out with this. J. Cole and Drake came out with the song First Shooters, which is a pretty good song, where J. Cole says, what does he say? The big three. The big three, Kendrick, him, and Drake, you know? And then fucking Kendrick came out with the song with Metro Boomin and Future, where in the verse he's like, it's not the big three, it's the big me, or something like that. So basically saying, fuck the big three, it's just big me. No, actually, he said that. So it's like, oh shit, like,
what the fuck? Yeah.
And he just starts talking shit about, like, Drake, and then throw some shots at J. Cole. But it wasn't too much about J. Cole. It was more so about Drake.
What did he say about Drake?
I can't fucking remember off the top of my head, but it was, like, a lot of shots. Drake. Whatever. And then J. Cole comes out with the fucking diss track towards fucking Kendrick, the whole song, which was, like, a lot of people are saying it was mid, you know, it wasn't that great. But I'm just like, first of all, like, a lot of the shit that was taught, it wasn't even towards J. Cole. Like, yeah, he mentioned some things, but it wasn't like how it was mentioned towards Drake, you know? So he came out with the whole ass diss track, disses him, and then later on apologizes.
I did hear about that.
Yeah. Which I get it, you know, it didn't sit right with his soul and everything, but I'm just like, did it not sit right with your soul, or did you see that it was not doing great? And you're like backtracking, you know? And don't get me wrong, I'm a J. Cole fan and everything like that, but it's just like, that's interesting. You know, like,
do you think it didn't sit right with him because the song didn't do well, or it didn't sit right with him because he didn't mean what he said?
That's the thing that I don't know. Because for me, it's like, what, for a song to be published, it's not like you're like Like, we could fucking do this right now, like this, and then just put it up. I feel like that song it's part of an album, I believe. It took time, like, so many fucking sessions, and hearing that shit, like, wouldn't you think, like, oh, if it didn't sit right, why didn't it sit right back then?
Exactly.
When you were hearing the song, and it's like, oh, you know what? I'm not going to put this out. Like, this is not my character. This is out of my character.
Yeah. You're right.
So, yeah, and then that's what I was like, I still support J. Cole, cada quien, a lo mejor sí se arrepintió, like, de veramente se arrepintió ya cuando estaba, but it's just funny to me why, when it came out, and it wasn't getting the response he probably wanted, that you take it back.
He's like, oh, I apologize, or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. You go ahead and apologize, which goes against a lot of lyrics that you said before, like, if you fucking throwing shots, I'm gonna shoot back type shit, and you get me?
Yeah. He contradicted himself.
Yeah, he contradicted himself. Pero se entiende, todos, we all change our mind and everything like that, so we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But with Drake, he just came out today's Sunday. He came out with his diss track because everybody was waiting for him. Like, Drake was pretty quiet, and then, like, something leaked. And they're like, oh, could it be AI? We don't know, whatever. Well, he came out with the fucking diss track this last Friday. And boy. They're calling him Thanos right now because he's going against everybody now. Like,
he said, fuck that. It's me against everybody.
Yeah, it's me versus 20 or something like that. Yeah, he's going at everybody, bro, in this diss track. So not only is he going at Kendrick, of course, he's a primary one, but he's going against fucking Future, Metro Boomin, The Weeknd, Rick Ross. Who else?
I don't know
who else, but it was like 6 of the rappers that he like actually threw shots on this last one. Oh, I think he said something about J. Cole. But it wasn't like bad. It was just like, I'm not gonna fucking do the same shit you did.
Yeah.
Take this shit back, But I was like, holy fuck. Like, damn. Like, for Metro Boomin, he said, like, shut the fuck up and just make beats. Like, shut the fuck up, bitch, and just make beats. And I was like, goddamn.
So I actually listened to the song, but like I was telling Edith, I'm like, girl, like, I don't have any context to go, because like I've heard like songs, like, for example, when Snow has put songs out, and I'm like, oh shit, because I follow her, and I know when she's saying something, I know it's about something. Well, not obviously everything, because I don't really know her personally, but like, because I follow her enough to know that something was targeted at something. So I'll be like, oh my god, and then like someone who doesn't follow her that way isn't gonna pick it up like, oh shit, that's what that's about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's kind of like, that's how I feel with Snow. Because I don't know a lot of the backs. Like, I like her stuff, but it's mostly you that tells me, like, oh, this was targeted to this.
Yeah.
So I guess I get you where you mean.
Yeah.
With this
one. So that's why, like, I listened to the song and I'm like, first of all, a lot of shit. Yeah, what was the name of the album that I was like, hold on, what the hell is, what did I say? Because they were talking about an album, and then I was like, what's that?
What was it? It was Her Loss. They were talking about Her Loss.
Her Loss. They were talking in this one video. They're talking about the album Her Loss. Yeah. And then I heard Hair Loss, so I'm like, "What's Hair Loss?"
And like, I'm like, what? And I'm like, it's Her Loss. It's Drake's album. But I was trying to like fill her in, like give her a synopsis. But then she said her hair loss, and I was like, you know what? You're just like, fucking quit.
Just don't.
I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you the synopsis of it. But so basically, he throws shots at Kendrick. I think it was Kendrick that he said, like, shut the fuck up. Like, he uses a size 7 in shoes.
Oh, like, it's a men's size 7?
Yeah, I don't know if it was him or The Weeknd that he targeted with that one, but I think it was him. Yeah, talking about, like, he's so short. He's something about, like, his wife, and he went in on him. And yeah, so that was it. He just going against everybody. He Thanos right now.
So why did he start mentioning all these other people?
Because
they're like Team Kendrick or something?
Yeah, like they're all no, it's because they've all dissed him.
Oh yeah. Shit.
And like especially in the last couple like months, they've all dissed him. Like thrown like subliminals and stuff like that. Like The Weeknd in one of the songs, I think it was with correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was with Future Metro. He said he was talking about, I'm glad I didn't sign my life to OVO or whatever.
Who's OVO?
Which it labels Drake's label.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, and he said some other shit, and I was like, oh shit.
Damn.
Something about money hungry and
Damn. One thing about, okay, I'll give that to Drake. This, I feel like, respectfully, like, as a businessman, I have respect for him, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
That's like he's where he's at.
Yeah. But I just think I'm not a fan of Drake, because I also feel like he's the type, like, he's the type that, like, because something's trending, he's gonna jump on it real quick. And then I'm just like, even when he's not about something.
Yeah.
I feel like even when he's not about something or whatever, I feel like he's gonna jump on it just because it's trending. And I just feel like he does things not for the love of it, but because he knows it's gonna make him money. And I'm like, so that's why I said, as a businessman, I respect him because he's gonna get his money. But like, I think as an artist, I've never really been a fan of him. I think he's like rated.
He's overrated. Keep in mind, I've been a fan of Drake since like fucking Degrassi days, you know? Yeah, hay unas cosas que no me gusta, but I do like his music and, well, most of his songs. But I feel like, yeah, he does hop on trends, but I also feel like he's a trendsetter. Like, he definitely, like, for example, when Hotline Bling came out, which was a interesting song to come out, because we haven't heard the genre of rap in that way. Everybody was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what is this rhythm to it? And then después de eso empezaron todos to come out with that same
and I think because when he came out with that song, it's because he knew that like little short shit like that was gonna hit on like TikTok. And that's what I'm saying. He jumps on it.
Like, he jumps on it.
And I get
makes it
I totally
trending.
Yes.
Makes it trending.
Yeah, he did. But I also feel like he came with the mentality of, like...
money.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But no, that's what I said. As a businessman, respect him. He's getting his bag and stuff. But I'm like... Sometimes I'm like... Because honestly, I'm not going to lie. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Like... Or the one... What was the one with the... Left foot, right... What? Something like footwork. It's like a song that, like, really hit on TikTok.
I know what you're talking about. I just don't remember the song on my head.
Because sometimes I'm like... I hear music like that. And then I was like... What was, like, I'm like, did you really put this out there because you genuinely enjoyed making the music? Or, like, did you put it out there because you knew it was going to hit? It was going to hit.
But then again, you got to make your bread somehow, right?
Yeah. That's why I said, I'm like, totally respect him as a businessman. But I just never really been, there's been some songs of Drake that I'm like, oh, like, I like it. I feel like I can be objective in that way. Where I'm like, I'll give someone their flowers when they deserve it. Yeah. I'll be like, oh, shit, like, this hit, it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. But I don't, like, listen. I don't go on my way for him.
Yeah. I completely understand.
Yeah. But, what was the other thing that you were going to... didn't you tell me something about Chris Brown and...
Oh, yeah, Chris Brown. Okay, so that's one drama. And then because I was over here scrolling on TikTok, y se me vino Chris Brown and Quavo, which I honestly don't follow them either one. Yeah. I'm not a big fan. So I was hearing Chris Brown's diss track, right? Because I guess he was dissing Quavo. And I was like, holy fucking shit. First of all, I didn't know... Like I said, I don't follow.
There was drama there.
Yeah, me neither. I'm like, I don't follow either of the artists like that, so I didn't know. And he's rapping this whole verse, which honestly was pretty good, considering that he's more so R&B and singing and stuff.
Yeah. Has he ever really been a rapper though?
I think he's maybe like thrown in some rap.
A little bit, yeah.
Pero no así. He's mostly R&B.
Yeah.
And actually it was pretty good.
It was good?
Yes. And like the shots he was throwing, I was like, okay. But then he got to a certain point where he left me like this. Like, estaba...
Because he really went there?
Yeah, he really... Que se pasó... Se me hace que se pasó. You give me like...
What was it?
I feel like he did fighting words. I feel like Quavo can't just fucking throw out a diss track. He has to meet this man and they have to fucking fight.
Like, they gotta fight it out.
Yes, they have to fucking fight it out. Because he said, like... if you know Migos, you know Takeoff, rest in peace. You know, he got shot.
Okay, so Migos was Takeoff, Future...
Yeah.
And Quavo. They were the three.
No, not Future.
No, who the fuck was in Amigos?
It's Quavo, Takeoff. Oh my god, what Cardi B's husband? What's his name?
Offset.
Offset. There we go.
There we go. Takeoff, Offset, and Quavo.
Yeah.
Those are the three Migos.
Yeah. Okay. And then recently in the past year, Takeoff was killed.
Yes. Okay, I heard about that.
So in this verse, Chris Brown went there and was like, basically saying, damn well, when we heard about a dead Migos, people were wishing it was you and not Takeoff.
Oh.
People would have wished it was you and not Takeoff. And I was like, oh my God, he really went there.
Yeah.
He went there. And I feel like, I was just like, Dios mío.
Those are fighting words.
Yeah. Like Quavo can't come out with a diss track dissing him. He has to meet up with him and fucking settle that shit. Because I don't think any diss track could just kind of.
Like, what else could you...
Yeah.
I don't know. He gonna have to get real creative.
Like, I think that's just fighting. That's just fighting words right there. So.
Damn. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, I'll show you the song later. Because you should have listened to it before.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it.
No.
So, like, what, do you know if, like, Quavo had already said something?
No, es lo que no sé.
Instigated that?
Te dije, like, I didn't know that they had beef. You know?
You were just kind of scrolling and then you came.
Obviously, there had to be something that instigated him to create that track, or verse. I don't know if it's a verse in a song, because it was just a snip of Chris Brown's part.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, guys, we're going to...
drama.
Yeah.
It's the clips. The clips is fucking up with all these rappers.
Well, we're almost out of it, right? Because I think, the clips and also...
the microwave and
Gatorade, yeah. I think that ends, the 24th or something?
Yeah.
It ends this week.
I think it's really
creating
some drama, some spice. But you know what? This is awesome because I feel like in the rap genre, like, people feed off that kind of drama,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It brings out the best of rappers and the best out of rappers. So I feel like, it's gonna be a good year for rap.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's do a quick break and then we'll be right back with some Chisme, guys. And we're back.
We're back.
Okay, sorry guys. The reason why we're going to try and keep this one a little bit shorter is because it's so last minute and we want to make sure that we get this out for you guys on Monday. And it's our fault because Friday was a disaster and I feel like we should have known better.
I know. We should have, but we literally decided to try something out and that shit didn't work. We should have just known better.
Yeah, we should have known better. So and if you guys really want to know, I'm telling you, go to Patreon because that episode is gonna be up there. And I'm just like, dude, we did a whole fucking like full length episode and I was like
of nothing.
I was like, there's no way I'm gonna let this go to waste. We're just gonna it's not even the after party, that's the pre-game.
At that point,
almost literally, like, yes. Go watch the pregame, and then come back to this because then you're gonna be like, what the fuck were y'all doing?
Like, ¿qué estaba pasando aquí?
Yeah. So, okay, let's jump into some chisme, and then we'll wrap it up after that.
Sounds good.
Okay, first one. Not chisme, but kind of scary. So I live in Texas, maybe about 40 minutes from Austin. I was in Austin near the lake. I found out that there had been some bodies showing up from that lake. So there might be a serial killer targeting gay men specifically, I think. The police think it's a woman or a homophobic man. I listen to a lot of true crime and stuff, so I was thinking, why don't they think it could also be a gay man? Jeffrey Dahmer, for example. I don't know, kind of scary still to know that there might be a serial killer around. That's fucking weird. Scary. That's scary.
I feel like my sister kind of faintly mentioned that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Because she lives out in Texas, right?
So I remember she faintly mentioned that to me.
That's scary.
But that is.
Could you imagine going to a lake and then just a body part just
fucking flowing?
Yeah.
I don't know. Serial killers are just weird. I told you I just finished that fucking series,
The Night Stalker?
The Night Stalker one, and I'm just
with Richard Ramirez?
Yes, that was chilling. I can't imagine living in that time because I came to the world 10 years after that.
Yeah.
In LA. So I can't imagine living in that time in LA and having that kind of terror that you didn't know if you were next.
Yeah,
You
and
just
like
didn't know.
I think because like I love me some true crime. Okay, like I love hearing about all this shit and like the crazy extents that people are willing to fucking go to. It like continues to surprise me, and I'm like, wow, like this is how far people are going. And then I find out about something else, I'm like, hold on, what the hell? But anyways, this one threw me, because me and Val watched The Night Stalker a while back, and that one just made me feel very uneasy being in my own home, because it's like this man was just getting into people's homes. Like, como si nada, just, and it'd be like, fucking live there for a little bit or whatever, do whatever the fuck, and then get out. Like, but also, I think what really made me really uneasy is that the reason why they couldn't pinpoint him as a serial killer initially was because he didn't have, what is it called? Like a MO or whatever? Was, like, he didn't have a specific motive, and he didn't have a specific, like, what is his target? Yeah. What is that called again? Shit, I'm drawing a blank.
Oh my god, he didn't have a target audience? Not target audience.
Target audience.
He didn't, what the fuck he did? He didn't have a fucking
what's the word?
There's a word for it. He didn't have I don't know, people he targeted.
Yeah, like there's, because I feel like a lot of serial killers, like they have like a specific type of person that they target. Yeah. Like depending on like gender, race, what they do, what they look like, their hair color, anything. Like anything. Like people will target, like serial killers tend to target within the same like type of person. Yeah. And I feel like with him, he didn't really have one. It was like old people, middle-aged, young kids. Like boys, girls, like women, men. Era de todo. So it was so hard for them to be like we're dealing with a serial killer. Yeah. He just was like, whatever the fuck stuck, like that's what it was. Like no tenía like a certain
whatever
preference.
House I could just get into. That's what it is. That's fucking scary, bro. Because it wasn't like, it was all over LA County. Mm-hmm. But then there was that fucking case where he went all the way to San Francisco, bro. Yeah. And those are only the cases that are like closer to San Diego. And those are only the cases that they found.
Yeah, you know? That they're able to like pinpoint to him. How, Lord knows how many there actually was. Yeah. And they just couldn't connect it because, again, he didn't have like the specific, like he didn't have any like preferences. Yeah. It was just kind of like whatever stuck.
That's fucking crazy. I feel like that's chilling living, and then knowing that it's around your area, and like you don't know if it's your next. So like, you know, como esto lo que está pasando in Austin, where it's like bodies like just showing up. It's like, fuck. Mm-hmm. That's scary.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking chilling. Yeah. Woo. Gosh. All right. You want to read the next one? Yeah. Here.
All right. Hey girls, hope you're having a beautiful day. Not really a chisme, but just want to vent a little. I've been with my BF for 7 years now, and he has 2 sisters, which I love, but we're not close. I'm super close to my siblings. Like, they love my boyfriend more than they do me, and I would like that from his sisters. I'll respond to their stories on social media, like asking them something or just trying to conversate, and I'm always getting left on scene. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts my feelings. Or when we're over their house visiting, my boyfriend's siblings still live at home. When we're there, when we're there, they don't ever just like to talk or choose me with me. LOL. They just go to their rooms, then we leave, and his mom is always like, why are you guys leaving already? And my boyfriend always responds with, well, todos están en su cuarto y aquí nomás ignorándonos. IDK, when we first started dating, I would want to set up things for his siblings, but mine to go out and do things, and that happened maybe twice. My boyfriend isn't close to his siblings, and I think that's why his sisters are that way with me. But when they want something from us, that's when they want to talk to us.
Oh shit.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
I get why you want to have like a closer relationship to her siblings, because, you know, she's closer. Like, she sees how her siblings are with her boyfriend. It's like she would want that reciprocated. But también, I think the thing is also that your boyfriend is not close to his own siblings, so they don't feel the need to get close to you because they're not even close to their brother. Does that make sense?
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah, that does. But
maybe you guys, hopefully, maybe something works out later on. You know, like maybe you guys just.
But I think that's where the boyfriend has to take initiative and be like, you know what, I want to be closer to my siblings and make that move. Pero hasta que eso pase, like, yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. My husband Johnny started cheating on me a few years ago and finally said, hold on.
Fucking Johnny.
Yeah, fucking Johnny. What the fuck?
Excuse you?
Okay. Okay, I gotta restart that. My husband Johnny started cheating on me a few years ago and finally settled with his current mistress Victoria. She knew we were still married and living together and played the victim card. She was duped but continued the relationship. I finally left him, and throughout the relationship I know and have proof that he cheats on his mistress. Some of those times have been with me. His wife and mother of his firstborn son. In 2023, he came back around trying to fix our marriage and had made progress, but he felt he had to back out because Victoria surprised him by saying she was pregnant. He made me feel trapped and like he continued to play mind games with me, so I cut him off again. They recently had a baby girl in March of 2024, and now he's wanting to come back to me again. We hooked up twice a few weeks ago and not on any birth control, and he didn't ask, and I didn't tell him not to finish inside. At the end of the day, this is still my husband. Is it wrong that I have not told him I'm not on birth control? Also, is it normal I don't feel guilty about hooking up with my husband again? Lastly, should someone tell his girl he's still playing her? She seems to think he really wants to be with her, but he's always coming back to me, and I know it's wrong, but I allow it. She didn't respect my marriage, and I don't see why I should respect her. I even had to get a restraining order against her for harassment. When she couldn't find him, she would send the police to my house looking for him. I want to add that I don't have feelings for my husband like I used to, but I've been wanting to give my son a sibling that has the same parents from. Please let me know if you post my story so I can view it. And then she tagged her IG handle.
Damn.
That was a lot to take in.
Obviously, cheating is not it.
Yeah.
Cheating is not it. So you guys are still married, right? That's what, they never got divorced. They're still married.
Yeah, so what were her questions? She said, at the end of the day, this is still my husband. Okay, here we go. Is it wrong that I have not told him that I'm not on birth control? Is it wrong that she had told him that she wasn't on birth control?
Yeah, it's like, okay, I mean, this is a little bit harder for it to happen, but like put yourself in the opposite. Like, let's change places. Like, if a man like you're like fucking and stuff like that, and let's say he tells you, or he doesn't say anything, but you expect him to put on a condom, and he doesn't somehow, some way, and you guys still fuck, and would you get mad if later on he tells you like, oh, I wasn't wearing a condom?
Yeah, but like at the same time, I feel like this.
But they're married too, so it also is different.
But also, like, why did he just assume she was still on birth control?
Yeah.
If he settled with his other chick.
Because he don't care.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm sorry. Like, he just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like, is it wrong for her to not tell him that he's on birth control, but at the same time, he didn't care enough to ask? Yeah. So clearly, it was kind of like
if it happens, it happens.
Yeah, he obviously wasn't like, he didn't care. I feel like if he really didn't want to have another kid, he'd be more like, hold on, are you on birth control? Like, let me wrap it, whatever. He didn't really want to have more kids, but he didn't care enough to have that conversation with you, so he didn't even ask. I feel like it's kind of crazy to me that some people will just assume that a girl's already on birth control or has whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like somehow it's her responsibility for her not to get pregnant. Exactly. But I feel like for someone to not get pregnant, it takes the effort of two people, and I feel like both people should have had that conversation.
Oh yeah, definitely. I completely agree.
But now,
he don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck.
He didn't give a fuck.
He's like, ¿qué tiene?
But also at the same time, it was like, now she went in this with the intention of like, she wanted to give her son a sibling. So she kind of went in with the like that they have the same parents. So I don't know. Do you kind of feel like it was like a setup almost?
Low key, amiga, low key.
Low key, it kind of sounds like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah, exactly.
And that kind of sounds like I don't know. Some people could see it as shady. Like, you went in with like a purpose, but at the same time, like he didn't care enough to even ask. I don't know.
Go.
Okay, next question. Let me see. Also, is it normal I don't feel guilty about hooking up with my husband again? You know what? I'm going to say I think it is normal. Yeah. There's a lot of shit that be going on that I'm not even that surprised anymore.
No, me neither. I feel like también como que tenía la... Like, in the back of her mind, it's like, this bitch slept with my husband knowing that I was with him. So, like, why would...
Yeah. Like, I'm going to do it back to you, bitch.
I'm going to do it back to you, and I'm not going to feel bad because at the end of the day, he's still my husband, too.
Yeah. So. And she's... Honestly, and she even says, like, I don't even have feelings for him like that. Like, that's what she said, right? Yeah. She's like, I want to add that I don't have feelings for my husband like I used to, but I've been wanting to give my son a sibling that has the same parents. So, like, yeah, so I feel like for her, maybe it's just, like, the sex, you know?
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't know. It's like, how long are you going to keep doing that,
though? Like, for me, it's a thing of, like, this man is having the time of his fucking life.
Yeah.
But the ones who are really paying for it is you and the other girl, too.
What do you think? Maybe at this point she could just like be in it for the sex now too. Like,
yeah, she could.
Because like sex, people get like both. It's like a both ends, you know. Yeah. Like it's not just the guy having the time of life. Like she could also be.
Yeah, but like they also have kid. Well, a kid and maybe another one after this. Yeah, after that happened. Like I don't know.
I just feel like it's messy.
It is,
you know, and I feel like as I've gotten older, I feel like I just. Dude, the amount of times that I avoid arguments, not because I'm not trying to argue, but just because I want peace of mind, bro. Yeah. Like sometimes like this, just like stuff getting messy is just a lot of mental effort.
Yeah, and he's messy. He's messy all fucking around.
Yeah.
So, honestly, for the sake of your peace, like if I was in your place, I'd be like, I can't.
And not only that, but like
especially they had issues.
But not only that, girl, amiga, you know that he's messing around with other people. Like, and if he's not wearing protection, like you have to protect yourself because you don't know if you can catch an STD.
Yeah, that's fucking true.
Like you don't know if you can catch something
that maybe is a little worse than a little worse, you know?
Yeah, like no sabes like where he's fucking putting it in or
he's obviously like.
He sounds messy. Yeah. Like he's not. Obviously, he doesn't care enough about asking girls if they're on birth control. But he's clearly not rapping it either.
Yeah.
So I don't know, girl. Like nowadays, you just I don't know. You gotta protect yourself.
Yeah, and now with the other baby mama, she also has a restraining order against it. Like it's just messy.
It's messy.
And obviously, imagine you get pregnant, girl. Like let's say you do get pregnant. And this other girl finds out. I just feel like it's you guys are on really bad terms. This shit's gonna.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm a big advocate for my peace.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's I can't do that.
Pero hay gente que sí le gusta el desmadre.
Yeah, es verdad. Pero personalmente, yeah, I'd be like, you know what? Let's just cut it.
That's too much.
Keep it amicable for the sake of our kid.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Last question. Lastly, should someone tell this girl that he's still playing her?
She should know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like como empieza algo va a terminar.
Exact. You stole the fucking words out of my mouth. Yeah. How it begins, it's gonna end. Mm-hmm. Si ella supo que she could not take this man, but like basically, she was cheating. She was having an affair with this man, knowing damn well he was fucking married. And she le valió madre. You know, le valió whatever.
Yeah.
Who's gonna say that?
He's not gonna do that shit to her. I don't know. I feel like if someone should tell her, personally, I don't think it should be you.
Yeah, no. Let's not do that because it's just more drama.
Yeah, I don't think it should be
like, you. You're inventing shit because you don't want us together.
Eres una amargada. Yeah. You know, it's just going to get real messy.
Yeah,
I mean, if someone does tell her, I mean, cool, but I personally don't think it should be you. But at the end of the day, like, friend, you could do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. But it just sounds real messy.
It sounded like another restraining order.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay. Okay. Oh, you got a real short one.
Yeah. This one? The one in the middle?
Yeah.
Would you guys be willing to do a mom segment with a friend from high school who has kids?
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
That would be interesting.
I'm always open.
Huh?
I said I'm open.
Yeah. I know. Reach out to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, that sounds interesting. Okay. Next one. Oh, this one.
You get the long one.
This one.
I saw you scrolling like this, bro. I was like, ooh.
This one real long.
No, baby Jesus said, Edith can't read this shit. Let Angel read it.
Okay. Hey guys, so I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm the one who was overthinking about the whole situation about meeting the guy I messaged on TikTok and overthought that he was going to say bye to me because he said bye to the dog before me.
Oh, I
remember that one. Wait, so I think this is, what is this, part 3?
Yes.
I think this is part 3.
Yes.
Okay. So anyways, I was with my friends and I had asked my friend if she had asked the guy, what does he think about me? And she hadn't asked him, so I told her to ask him. I told her to pinky promise me that no matter what he says, she has to tell me. Well, a few days or weeks pass and I find out that the friend used to like him. But she never told me, and the reason I found out was because our other friend had mentioned how the two used to like the same guy at the same time, but they didn't say who till our other friend told me that it was the guy. So one day my friend was showing me something on Instagram and I saw he had texted her. So I was like, what the heck? He's most likely has responded to her about that question, but she hasn't told me. A few days passed and we're at the friend's house and my cousin was saying how I fumbled the bag with the guy. My other friend was making faces and I told her if she knows something to say something, but she didn't want to because our friend was right behind me. So I told her to text it to me. Basically, he said that I was really cool and he'd hang out with me again, but he's not ready for a relationship. So I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. But then my friend, right after telling our other friend that goes and says, even though nothing happened between them, I'm happy that him and I text every day now. Okay. And I was like, what the hell? Then I find out that she was planning on spending a whole day with him, but he canceled on her last minute. And then I found out that she asked to have his location, but our other friend's sister gave him her location because there was a group thing. Then they went out to eat after, so he had to location just to see where they end up eating at. Yeah. I'm so sorry if this is confusing. I've distanced myself from that girl because she's kind of sneaky, but I know he's not interested in her because she's the total opposite of what he likes. He likes Latina who are petite, so since he not interested in me, I've been hanging out with other guys and I post pics and he sees them. What's weird is that the next day that guy will find a way to message me, and lately anything that I post on my Instagram story, he'll like it even though he didn't do that before. But recently I posted a picture of myself and he then messaged me about the post and he asked me where did I go that I was dressed that way. So I told him, I don't know what's happening. I'm kind of confused because he's been texting me a lot and I don't know if I'm overthinking again, but like, I don't know. Is it like he's known I'm getting over him? Sorry if this is so confusing. Actually, I feel like this is something you could answer. Edith.
Okay, so can you synopsis? Because I was like, what the fuck?
Okay, so basically the friend that she was that knew this guy or whatever, mm-hmm. she had told our amiga told her like, hey, can you find out what he like how he feels about me? That was basically it. But it turns out that friend also had like a thing for him. Okay, but this guy is not in like he's not feeling her because that's not her type. That's not his type or whatever. Yeah. But basically what happened was, so she was kind of like, okay, I'm going to distance myself from this girl. She's trying to move on. And now she's posting shit on Instagram. And all of a sudden, now that I think he knows that she's kind of moving on, all of a sudden he's liking her pics again and even trying to message her and shit.
Trying to start conversation.
Yeah. But she's kind of like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm confused because now he's texting her now all the time. And she's like, what's going on? But at the same time, he wasn't ready for a relationship.
Yeah, like, well, it depends on what you're looking for, girl. Like, if you're looking for something serious, it's not going to be with that man. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you straight up. Like, this man is probably like, oh, ya se olvidó poquito de mí. Let me remind her of me. By, like, doing just, like...
It's games.
Like, yeah, it's literally mind games. And honestly, like, for them, it's like, whatever. It's like, don't... Like, for them, a like is just like... No más pa que I'll be in her fucking likes. That's it, bro.
I feel like a lot of times
there's
men...
no other intention.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of men already know that girls like to... like interpret things or kind of like look like too closely into things, so they be doing shit to like try to throw us off. You know, like, oh, let me just like this para que empiece que es algo más.
Yeah, or like just so you could think of them or whatever.
Yeah.
Because it's okay that all of a sudden he starts doing that. It's because most likely he kind of saw you like living your best life, you're moving on, and he's like, oh, let me just like remind her I'm here, kind of to keep you there. But at the same time, it's like he don't want anything serious.
Yeah.
So it's up to you. Like, if you want to fucking play around, basically play back and maybe like have whatever, just don't expect anything serious from this man. That's the only thing about it.
Yeah, if you want to fucking play mind games too, I mean, let me tell you, that shit for the do it for the plot. That shit,
I do a lot of shit for the plot, guys. Like,
guys,
I do a lot of shit for the plot, so it's like,
and I join her.
But that's the thing about it. Like, I know damn well, like, where this is going. Like, a guy that's really serious about you will literally, you won't doubt it. You'll know that he's serious about you.
Yeah.
And for the men that you kind of like, oh, I don't know if he likes me, because he ain't serious.
Yeah. If you're like questioning it, it's not serious. Yeah. Because a guy will make sure he will let you know if he's really all in.
Yeah, by his actions, he doesn't have to like basically say, "Oh, I like you," because a lot of guys could fucking say.
Some guys are very. I feel like there's a lot of guys that are very like simple-minded in that sense. When they really want something, like they're gonna try everything they can to make it fucking work.
Yeah, like they'll show you with their actions, you know. Yeah, and obviously, like this amiga is not a guy that wants a relationship. You already know that based on your friend and shit like that. And
also, that friend was kind of sneaky.
She was kind of sneaky.
Good thing
now you know.
Yeah.
The good thing is now you know. But like I said, if you want to play around, you want to fucking play back, go for it. But don't expect anything serious, because that's when you get your fucking heart hurt. You get heartbroken. So don't do that. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of like women are like, oh, he likes it, like, oh, he's thinking of me. No, bro, it's because he was going through the stories and fucking saw it, and he's like, oh, you know what? Let me like, whatever.
I agree.
But it doesn't mean like it's not a big thing. It doesn't like I don't feel like they go out of their way to fucking do that shit. You get me?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not a big deal.
So. It's not a big deal. And I feel like some guys feel like, yes, some guys are very simple-minded, but there's also the ones that you can tell they're very calculated. And I feel like do that kind of shit because it's mind games.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like they're in it because of like this weird chase that they're obsessed with. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, you know, like, nah, this may not be serious. Like, it's not gonna be serious, because if he was being serious, you will fucking have no question. Like, you won't have any doubts. Like, you're not gonna be overthinking about it.
So
yeah. Anyways, I feel like we should leave it at that. Sorry, this episode is a little shorter, guys, but we're on a time crunch here. We'll do better next time.
Do better.
But I'm telling you guys want to go watch the pregame on Patreon. Go watch that fucking episode, and then you're going to know exactly what the fuck went on. I might do a little snippet, a little quick preview for our story.
Me thinking about what the fuck are you gonna fucking snip?
I'll snip something. Oh, we'll see.
But are we gonna do an after party right now?
No, because the after part, it's a pregame.
Yeah, but we kind of owe it to our Patreon.
Oh, you right. Fuck, you're right. Yeah, we kind of owe it to our friends.
So you might get 2 Patreon.
Yeah, because we didn't do one last week. Yeah. Oh, so we do have to make it up to you guys.
So we might do 2 Patreon episodes this week. You know. Gift that keeps on giving. Yeah. I'm just kidding. We're just making it up.
It just sounds like a lot of work. And we're on a time crunch.
All right.
So we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Oh, if they made it this far, what should they comment? What should they comment?
Oh. me thinking about like what drama. Hashtag. It's hashtag size 7. Because of Drake. Hashtag size 7.
You're fucking funny. All right, guys. I don't know. Comment anything. Honestly, it helps us out a lot, guys. Yeah. You have no idea. We love the engagement. Like when you guys like comment, and you know we actually respond. Yeah. Comment on our YouTube, like, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Mm-hmm. Follow so you don't miss anything, but also leave us a 5-star review. Yeah. And if it's not 5 stars,
make sure to hit the DM.
And we will talk about it.
Roundtable it. Another thing that I might add, I know that I think it's a lot of you don't have your notifications on YouTube for our videos. I think it's only like maybe 100 of y'all that have notifications on. And the thing about it, you know, you want to be notified so you don't miss an episode. So if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to hit the little campanita, the little bell, so that way you are notified when episodes drop and you don't miss an episode.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
What else?
Sorry, I had to throw that in.
Yeah, no, I love that you added that, but I kind of got thrown off there.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I gotta mention it, but yeah.
Yeah. We did the like, comment, subscribe, the Patreon,
Apple Podcast, Spotify. We did all that.
Yeah, so ahí los vamos a dejar. Have an amazing rest of your week. Que Dios los bendiga.
Besitos.
Bye.